I'm live. Good morning, Vancouver. I hope that wasn't too loud. I am 8 days away from my launch. 8 days away from my launch. I know I'm getting excited. Can't do these lives. I just noticed how funny my hair looks. Yeah, 8 days till my book launch and a big panel event in Vancouver, BC. I really hope that we're going to have lots of people there. And if you can't make it, then definitely tune in for the live stream. We're going to be talking about the war on erotic entrepreneurs, which we consider a working class crisis. And it's Susie's going to share some stuff about like financial exclusion and housing exclusion and different kinds of ways that erotic entrepreneurs are excluded in our society, even though we're told that we're not criminalized. We're told that our work is legal, but we are still not allowed to have bank accounts or sell books on my website, for instance, or have housing. We can just be evicted just like that. And that's against the law. It's against the law to evict someone based on a legal occupation. So these are things that we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about, Velvet's going to talk about art and wellness. And Cinder's going to talk about men. Men are in the sex industry too, you know. People conveniently forget that. And I will be talking about just about the humanity of us all and how my memoir is meant to represent the fact that every one of us, sex industry workers, and everyone else too, are all human beings. And we all have the same motivations. And in fact, we have more in common than not. If you read my blog post that just went out this morning in my newsletter, then you will see an article called, what did I call it? After This, You Won't Be Able to Hate Me. And the reason you won't be able to hate me after this is, well, I'll let you read the blog and tell me what you think. But it basically boils down to when you know somebody's story, someone's human real life story, usually it helps you to have more compassion for them, and it's hard to hate a person when you know their whole story. So that's kind of what I'm saying when I say after this you won't be able to hate me, because I feel like every time I get to know someone really closely, if I didn't like them in the first place, once I got to know them and found out why they were the way they were and all the things that kind of led to where they are, or to the point where they made the decisions that they made or belong to the group that they belong to or whatever, then I usually can at least respect them, even if I don't agree, and I don't hate them. I just don't hate them. So I think it'll be really hard for people to hate me after they read my memoir. So, but not just me. I hope it'll be hard to hate everyone. Yeah, it's another super busy day for me. I have so many things going on, and life doesn't stop either. You still have to make dinner and get your kid to school, and I took my car for an oil change and to get some air in the tires, and found out that my battery is getting weak. So now and that was on Thanksgiving weekend. So now I have to get a battery because I wasn't going to get one at Mr. Lube. Too expensive. So it's just like trying to fit all the stuff in, plus all the other stuff in, So I'm presenting 3 times in the next week. I'm presenting twice on Saturday at the Sex Tech Conference that's happening online. And if you go to my website, annietemple.com, and go under About to Events, then you can see the events that are going on. But I'm also posting about them on my socials. But this particular event, Beyond the Interfaith, very cool. So excited. The lineup of presentations is incredible. And I found out that the book, like, it's booked to the max already by tons of students, people in post-secondary education that want to know more about the sex industry and how technology is impacting the industry and vice versa, which is basically what it's about. So, I mean, there's going to be talks about robotics, sex robots, and there's going to be talks about ads, posting ads as sex workers, like fan platforms like OnlyFans. There's just, I wish I could remember all the different topics, but there's just so many different fascinating topics that are going to be covered about the sex industry and the intersection of technology. So, I'm so excited about it. I'm not going to be able to attend every single presentation, unfortunately. I'm hoping that they're recorded and that I can watch them later because I am so busy with the book launch. But I am going to try and see as many as I can. And then on Saturday, I'm presenting in 2 of them. One is called Playing the Name Game. And I'm presenting with 2 co-authors, some research that was done using an ad listings website, a popular ad listings website that helped us gain information about what the population of sex workers in Canada kind of looks like. It's very fascinating. And some of the things that you can kind of learn from the ads about what's working and what's not working for adult entertainers in Canada. So that is going to be very cool. And it's an entire hour, that presentation. It's a panel presentation. And then I'm also presenting with Susan Davis about the Naked List, which is a website that we created, Susie Velvet and I, to address the need for an ethical ad listings website for adult entertainers. And it's called nakedlist.ca. And it's connected to Naked Truth, which is what I founded in about 2001. I founded the Naked Truth website. So that website has been around forever and created a community of adult entertainers that were all in connection with each other. And a few years ago, Susie Velvet and I decided to bring all of our work together and put it all online in one spot. And it seemed like a no-brainer to use the Naked Truth because it was already well established for the exact reason of what the kind of things that we wanted to post there. So we thought, this is such an amazing resource, the Naked Truth, but what else can we do? How else can we help and impact the industry? And of course, we, from our own experience, recognize that there is a need for ethical ad listings in Canada. So we decided to give it a try, and it's been a rough road. We'll be presenting on the challenges that we've faced trying to run a classified listing site for adult entertainers in Canada. And that presentation will go for about 20 minutes. And I believe both are happening on Saturday, but I think tomorrow we're getting the final program, so it could change. But I've got like 3 days slotted off of no work so that I can be available in case of one of those days is the days that I might be presenting. But I'm pretty sure I'm presenting twice on Saturday. So that's just freaking exciting. Such an exciting event. Also, the same day that conference starts, a podcast is dropping. Love Can't Wait. My friend, well, I call him my friend now because, well, he interviewed me for a second time and we've chatted a few times, and he's just a really cool guy. He has a podcast called Love Can't Wait. He's in the United States somewhere. I'm terrible. I don't even know where. I can't remember. But he's just, is it New York? Super, super cool guy. And he interviewed me about my book, and he asked me a lot of really interesting questions. And one of his questions was, if you met, because I'm single now, right? If you met someone, you really liked them, and they asked you to stop doing intimacy work, would you? And I'm not going to tell you what I said. You're going to have to watch the podcast to find out. Do I have any other news? So there's the two presentations at the conference, the podcast dropping, and then the big launch day, my book launch. My memoir is launching on Tuesday, 1 week from today, Tuesday, October 22nd, in 8 days. And we're going to have an in-person event in Vancouver at the Harbor Center. Simon Fraser University Harbor Center in one of their meeting rooms. And we're going to have a little panel discussion about the war on erotic entrepreneurs. And also I'll be presenting kind of as like, the problem with the war on erotic entrepreneurs is we're human beings. So presenting my book and putting like a face to, you know, just regular mom people like me who just trying to make a living and provide for our families, and, you know, bringing awareness to that. You know, a lot of people in the industry have disabilities, have parents or children that they're taking care of, are going to school or trying to start another business, and that this industry has the flexibility to be able to provide for our families while doing all those things or dealing with all of those things. So it's just something that shouldn't be just dismissed as exploitation or anything like that, because honestly, I've had a lot of other jobs where I felt a lot more exploited, and usually I was making shit money and being treated like shit by my employer. And like, it just, how can someone say that that's not degrading, but sex work is? That's what I wonder. So yeah, I've kind of gone off on a tangent, as I usually do when I do these lives. As you can tell, I'm super excited that we're getting down to the wire. I don't want to say that I'm going to be relieved. Yes, I'm going to be relieved when the book launch is over, but it's going to be really fun. We'll have a networking mixer right after the presentations. It's going to be just a very loving atmosphere in the spirit of trying to create collaborations and build a healthier and safer adult entertainment industry in British Columbia. That's kind of what we're looking, and the things we're talking about do apply on a broader scale than just British Columbia. They do apply nationally and even globally. So we're talking the good stuff here. Yeah, I hope to see you there. And don't forget, if you buy my book on October 22nd, you get a free audiobook. I know I'm repeating myself like a broken record, but you know I love you, and you know I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. So let's lift each other up. Mwah. Have a great day.